Hey y'all, you seen the title of the video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. If you're a returning subscriber, I don't have to say anything because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up, and that's on what? That's on period. And Mary had a little lamb. As y'all can see by the title and the thumbnail, today we are back again with a story time. And y'all was not about to get this video today. I literally just woke up from a nap, and y'all, read my shirt. That's what the Bible is today. I didn't plan on doing ish today, but I was like, I haven't gave y'all a story time Sunday in a minute, so that's what I'm going to do. Also, y'all have been asking me about my hair and my makeup routine a lot. So I did record my makeup routine, and I'm gonna put the story time over the footage of me doing my makeup. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna just do a voiceover. The most important step to flawless makeup, y'all, is your base, like your skin. If you have nice skin, I feel like that already makes your makeup look really good. My doctor prescribed me tretinoin about 2 months ago, and it has really cured a lot of my dark spots. Like y'all can see, I barely have any dark spots. I still have visible pores, but I feel like my base is really good right now. But yeah, girl, let's go ahead and get into it. And of course, I am going to link all the products down below. We are starting off with Danessa Myricks. This is a primer and a serum that I use, and it moisturizes my skin so well, y'all. It's so subtle, but it does so much. But girl, let's go ahead and get into it because I'm just yapping. Please, I'm apologizing in advance. My voice may sound a little congested, or it might just be in my head. I honestly hate the way I sound on recordings, y'all. But let's go ahead and get into it. So a few weeks ago, my homeboy invited me to this party. We're going to call my homeboy Matt. He added me to a group chat. And if you know me, you know I am not a group chat person. And I've never liked group chats. Like, you can ask any of my day one friends. Anytime they add me in group chats, I am on mute. I'm always the one that gets removed out of the group chat because they thought I changed my number. Like, I rarely reply in group chats unless it's business related. But if it's just friends in group chats, I don't know, y'all. I never got along with group chats. And honestly, as an adult, I hate it even more because these group chats don't be normal. Y'all can let me know if this is a normal thing that y'all do between your friends or mutuals. But before events, before you go out with mutual people, do you get added into a group chat and y'all start hanging out weeks before the event so y'all can get acquainted with each other? Or am I weird for thinking that's peculiar? Y'all let me know, because this is something that has happened frequently since I've been in friend groups or around mutuals in Houston. So I got added to this group chat, and like I said, before the actual party, my homeboy was having a party. Before the actual party, we're going to name my homeboy Mac, y'all, if I didn't already tell y'all that. But before the actual party, they were always like inviting us to like events. The group chat probably was 70% guys, 30% women. And the women and the guys, they were like very active in the group chat. People would be like, hey, I'm at such and such right now. If anybody want to come out tonight, I'm at Victorian Lounge. If it's somebody's birthday, I may hop in there and be like, happy birthday, twin. Or if somebody's graduating, y'all, I may congratulate them inside of the chat. But I don't do a lot of talking in the chat. Like, I have to see it. I usually have my group chats on mute, okay? So meanwhile, I would disappear, but I would just pop back in and out the chat. But I stayed in the chat because I genuinely didn't care, y'all. I'm not one of those people that want to figure out who going to the party. Like, I have a whole bunch of family members. They will not go to events if you one of those people, comment in the comment section and say I. Just say I, and I'm going to know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not one of those people that care who's going to the event. I have a bunch of family members where if they know a certain person is going, they will not show up at your event. So I never tell people who's going to be there. I always say I don't know. But I was added in this group chat, and I don't know if y'all are familiar with the app called Partyful, but it's one of those invitation apps. You can see everyone that accepts, denies, or select maybe on if they were going to the event. Again, I don't know that many people in Texas, so I didn't care who was going, and I kept the chat on mute for the most part. So fast forward to the event, I want to say it probably was about a month later because we were in this group chat early. It's finally the party day, and I purposely came early because y'all know Black people, they say the party started at 10 and they won't show up to about 12 o'clock. Or if you say the party started at 8, they not showing up to 10:47. So I came early, y'all, because this was my homeboy party. So when I got there, Mac was there, two of his homeboys was there, and there was a girl sitting at the bar area. So I went over to her, I introduced myself to everybody, and he introduced me to the homeboys. Everybody was friendly. I started helping put the ice and stuff away. I do want to mention that I came early because I needed to bring ice, y'all. So I started putting ice in like drinks and stuff away, and I just started like helping set stuff up. After that, I went ahead and started making me a plate. I do want to mention that the party was at a clubhouse at an apartment complex. It was really, really nice, y'all. It was 2 stories. They had pool tables, TVs, couches, lounge tables. It was like a lot going on. It was a very nice, apartment complex. Okay. So I'm in there and I go ahead and grab me a plate and I started eating. So once I started eating the food, y'all, I grabbed 2 things of chicken wings, mac and cheese, and potato salad. And I I bit into the food, y'all, and the mac and cheese was so salty. It tasted like the Dead Sea. And immediately I'm like, who made this? Mind you, I'm thinking this is a safe space because no one's really at the party. It's literally 2 homeboys and his one other homegirl. So he like, Gina made it, Gina made it. But before he said Gina made it, I made a face and was like, this tastes salty. Like, this tastes like I'm gonna go to heaven. And before he could really, like, he cut me off, but I had pretty much said what I wanted to say, y'all. He overtalked me. He was like, Gina made it. And I looked at Gina and she looked at me and I just said, girl, the food is amazing. I lied, y'all, because I was just like, no, I didn't. Like, and I knew she didn't believe me, y'all. And I knew she heard me. I just said it because I was directly, maybe like a yard from Mac when I said this, and Gina was across from us sitting at the counter eating the food. So once he said it like that and I looked up and she was looking at me, I said, oh my gosh, this potato salad is amazing, okay? And Gina was sitting right there, y'all. And immediately it kind of backfired on me because I can tell that she had already heard me because the girl didn't even really say thank you. She was just like, thanks, y'all. No, thank you. But she said thanks. And honestly, I accepted it because why would I say that with a mouthful of her chicken? Like, y'all, I had a mouthful of food in my mouth and I said that. So after 30 minutes of being at the party, people start coming in and they're turning the party pretty much was turning into a sausage fest. I was just asking him, like, did you invite any women to this party? Because it was like, at this point, it was like probably 90% male and about 10% women. And he was just like, you know, girls, they always come late or whatever. So eventually throughout the night, it did balance out more. But there was definitely more homeboys there than anyone else, y'all. So we end up splitting into like little groups, not intentionally, but some people were playing pool, some people were playing spades, some people were playing charades, and some people were playing Uno. And I end up going to the table where the people was playing Uno. But I don't know why I did that, y'all, because this is where the night kind of got heated, because apparently people from Miami play Uno like they criminals. Like, I don't know how y'all play, but basically we had a 40-minute game and somebody said that they're allowed to stack. Like, I've played before where you can do colors and numbers, but that's not typical. I don't think you play the game Uno. You just do colors. You don't do the numbers. But they were stacking. They was doing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've never played that way, but we were playing that way. And then they were also doing greens, like multiple greens with different numbers. Like, I played that way, but they just start playing the game all types of crazy. And I'm just like, excuse me, like, how are y'all playing this game like this? So we just continued playing because majority of the people at the table, they were from South Florida, and they were just like, yeah, that's how we play. That's how we play. That's how you play Uno where I'm from. So I'm like, okay, we can play it the criminal way. We can play it the wrong way or whatever. And I'm playing the game, y'all. So now we at the table arguing, and somebody ends up saying, after 40 minutes, mind you, this is a 40-minute game because it's like 10 of us at the table playing it. Somebody says Uno, but they don't say Uno out. So we're like, pull a card, pull a card. So half of the table is telling the person to pull a card, and the other half is like, no, you don't. You don't got to say Uno out. One of the men, they literally refused to pull the card, y'all. So he was just like, all right, that's how we play it in Miami. That's how we play it in Miami. So, baby, the game ended up being, y'all, we forfeit the game. Pretty much the game was forfeited. Y'all let me know, do you have to say Uno out? Because I haven't read the directions on how to play Uno in a while, but I could have sworn you have to say Uno out, but he did not say Uno out. Mind you, we had been playing this game for 40 minutes, so I was over it. So after Uno, I went back towards the kitchen with Mac, and he was talking to the girl that he was talking to at the time. Keep in mind, I do know of this girl because he would ask me about like relationship stuff, and when I had relationship, I don't want to say issues, but anytime I had any discrepancies in my relationship, or it could be something simple and I just wanted his opinion, I would ask my homeboy about it. But I stopped doing that because I feel like once you go from girlfriend, boyfriend, engagement, getting married, then you got to keep people out your business, because if they not where you want to be, like, why would you get advice for them? So he still would ask me situations about him and the girl that he was talking to. Mind you, he was talking to this girl for about 2 months at the time, but they were not dating exclusively, but they were dating intentionally. So he introduced me to her formally. Mind you, I feel like I already know this girl. We're gonna go ahead and call this girl Pitbull, and it's gonna start making sense eventually, y'all. So me and Pitbull, we vibe instantly, because like I said, I felt like I already knew her, y'all. So we're talking, laughing, mingling. And honestly, y'all, you would have thought that we already knew each other because we vibe really well. So we end up going over to her friend. She had invited a +1, y'all. So her +1 was there, and they joined a group of people, and they were playing charades. So I went over there and I started playing charades with them. And this is when I met this guy. We're going to call him Wi-Fi. And y'all probably met a man like this. I feel like at every function, there's always a guy that wants to connect with anybody. So we gonna call him Wi-Fi, y'all. Literally, any living organism this man was trying to talk to. And I kind of felt that vibe, but during the game, he kind of confirmed it. But while I'm in the middle of playing the game, we getting deep into the game, we acting out, we're having a blast. But two of the girls that was over there, they're the type of people, I get competitive when I play games too, y'all, but I'm not gonna ruin a game over a discrepancy of rules. Like, I basically was just like, y'all said it, y'all acted out with y'all hands, and they got mad, and they was like, no we didn't, but we resumed playing the game because I'm a team player. So after a while of playing charades with them, I started to notice that Pitbull energy was off. Like, every time I turned or I looked her way, she just seemed irritated or distracted. And I kept asking her, like, girl, are you still playing? Because I was after her, y'all. It was my turn right after her. So every time it was her time to go, I would be ready to skip her, because you are not fully invested in this game right now. It's like you act like you auditioning for Broadway. Like, she would literally be like zoned out looking towards Mac anytime it came, like it was her turn to play. So I continued playing the game. Again, this happened for about maybe 2-3 times. People would ask her like, hey, are you still playing? And eventually she was just like, she ain't playing no more. So let's go ahead and get towards the Wi-Fi guy. So we're going to call him Wi-Fi. And when I say he would talk to anybody, y'all, he would talk to anybody. But I noticed it when we were in the middle of playing the game. And y'all, I'm in the middle of acting something out in charades. And I point at my ring. I don't remember what the word was, y'all, but it had something to do with what was going on. So I point at my ring. That man looked at me. He was like, you married? And in my head, I'm like, bro, we playing charades right now. Like, you supposed to be making sure I'm not cheating or anything. And I said, no, I'm engaged. That man froze like he froze up for like 5 seconds, y'all. And I realized that he would literally talk to a traffic cone. Like, if a traffic cone had an ability to smile at him, y'all, he would talk to anything. But after that, he did end up congratulating me. But it was just weird. Like, after he did that, he started flirting real hard and heavy to the other girls that was there. He also was flirting with Pitbull or whatever. So at this point, I'm no longer playing charades, and I'm still sitting on the couch with Pitbull and her friend. The party is loud as hell, and I overhear Pitbull say, I'm ready to leave, because he's still talking to her. And at this point, y'all already know I'm very much nosy. I'm in everybody's business, not intentionally, but I'm never too good to overhear tea. Like, if the tea is there, I'ma listen. I'ma drink it. So she was just like, I'm ready to go, because he ain't come over here and check on me and my friends anyway. Like, has he came and checked on you? And obviously I knew that she was talking about my homeboy Mac. So I looked up, and sure enough, every time I looked around, that man was near this light-skinned girl. We're gonna call the light-skinned girl Keisha. Y'all know who light-skinned Keisha is on Instagram. She's not light-skinned, but we just gonna call the girl light-skinned Keisha, okay? Because they got something in common. The girl's like a brown skin complexion, y'all. So now I'm starting to pay attention to it too, because I'm not gonna lie, the whole time while we were playing charades, Mac was over there talking to the girl named Keisha. Keep in mind, I don't know anybody at the party. If anything, I knew of the girl that he was talking to, Pitbull, more than anybody. But I'm friendly, y'all, so I'm pretty much just like mingling with anybody. Well, mingling with everybody, y'all. So, again, I'm over there in my phone, and I'm like overhearing Pitbull conversation with her homegirl, and she was just like, bro, he is checking on everybody but me. I'm trying to calm down, but I'm really not trying to be that person. And she's just like, I understand we at a party, but he need to work the room. So she says something out loud. I forgot what she said, but it just made me kind of impede on their conversation. And I'm like, you good? Like, girl, he ain't worrying. Like, he's not talking to her. He ain't worrying about nobody or whatever. I just try to say that to kind of diffuse the situation, y'all. So the homegirl is just like, yeah, it's 50 people in here. He have to work the room. And she's like, well, he been over there working on Keisha for like the last 30 minutes. Like, he ain't came and asked me if I wanted anything or anything. So then she goes, I asked him to make me a shot, and he told me he was busy. Then he took a shot with her. So I then kind of repeated again, because she said this out loud, and I'm sitting right beside her. So I'm like, so you asked him to make you a shot while he was in the middle of a conversation? He was in the middle of a conversation with whoever, and then you asked him to make him a shot. So in my brain, I'm like, insinuating that's kind of entitled. Like, why would you be asking a man to make you a shot in the middle of a party? And honestly, at first, y'all, I did think homegirl was overreacting, but I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting over there on that couch with them for about maybe an hour, and every time I looked up, Mac and light skin Keisha, they was together, so she really wasn't tripping. Suddenly, Mac came over there, and he was just like, y'all good? You know, you can tell when somebody talking about you. Like, when somebody pop up when you in the middle of talking about them, that's the confirmation that you just need to stop talking about them. So he came over there, he checked on us, and the energy was awkward. I said, yeah, I'm good. I was about to say her name, but what's her name? Pitbull friend was like, she's good, but Pitbull was the only one that was like kind of like being like off, like put offish to him. So he ends up like walking away or whatever. Like, I feel like we can all kind of feel the tension in the room. So I end up leaving that area, and I kind of just started talking to other people. And honestly, y'all, a lot of people at the party was friendly. Out of like the 50 people that was there, I probably connected and talked to probably maybe 20 to 30 of them. Everybody was really friendly. We just started taking shots and talking. There was a group of sorority girls at the party, so they started scrolling, and then the vibes picked back up. By this time, it was going on midnight, y'all. So I texted my man, and I told him to pick me up. But I did it at the wrong time, because you know how like you tell somebody, like, remember when you was a child and your parents would come pick you up from a party, or they would come pick you up from the skating ring, and it would be at the most inconvenient time, like right when the night is starting to get good, right when it's the peak of the night, you got to go home. So that's kind of how I felt, because the night was really picking up. I was having fun. The music was going. We were taking shots. Everybody was vibing. And then my fiance ended up calling me saying that he getting ready to be outside, so I need to come outside. So I just felt like I was being picked up at the wrong time, y'all. Like, mama just picked me up from a sleepover. So I'm like, dang. But I kind of stalled a little bit, y'all, because after that, they end up playing beer pong. So I played maybe 2 to 3 rounds of beer pong, and then I was on my way downstairs. So while I'm playing beer pong, y'all, Pitbull and her home girl, they walk past me, and I hear Pitbull say, he got me effed up. And at that point, I thought, okay, I need to go ahead and leave too. Now, this next part, what I'm about to tell y'all, I only know this because Mac told me later. So I'm speaking in hindsight, y'all. But at this point, shortly after they end up walking downstairs, I end up walking downstairs. It probably was maybe no more than 5 minutes later, I end up leaving as well. So I end up going downstairs. I called my fiance because he was on like the opposite side of the building. And instead of me just, minding my business and going directly to the car, I stopped by Pitbull and her homegirl, and I'm just like, are y'all good? Like, y'all okay? Y'all good? And she's just like, yeah, we good. How you feel about the party? And I said I had a vibe. Like, I had a vibe. The food was a little, high sodium, but outside of that, like, I had a vibe or whatever. So she already knew that I was Mac's homegirl because, like I said, y'all, he would tell me a lot about her. So that's that. I end up leaving. So at this point, from here on out, this is what Mac is telling me. So y'all, after I left, apparently Pitbull called Mac while he was still at the party. He's still hosting the party. By the time I left, it probably was a few people that left, but it was still pretty much a full party. And of course, Mac didn't answer the phone because it's loud in there and it's busy. Like, he at a party. So he seen the call, but he didn't say nothing. And of course, y'all, this literally boiled her blood. So instead of her calming down, this girl, Pitbull, turned into an FBI agent. She went to the invitation app. I believe it's called Partyful. She went to the app and she used the app to figure out who was who, because if you are not familiar with the invitation apps, if I don't have a picture on there, but if you upload a picture on the app, you can pretty much see everybody that went to the party. You can put who said going, maybe, or I'm not going, or whatever, and you can see their profile picture. And on the app, I'll say about 90% of the people at the party, they did have their picture up there. I didn't have my picture up there because, I don't know, that's weird. Y'all don't need to see who going. Be surprised when I get there, okay? I'm a gift. So I go ahead. Sorry, y'all. Let me speak back in third person because I'm no longer there, y'all. I'm speaking on behalf of Mac at this point. So Pitbull pretty much is searching through the app, and she ends up finding the girl. She found light-skinned Keisha. Keep in mind, she had a conversation with light-skinned Keisha that night and asked her like, who invited you to the party, who you know at the party, because like I said, y'all, Mac didn't know everybody at the party. It was a bunch of plus ones and mutuals on mutuals, okay? So she goes ahead and messaged this girl, light skin Keisha, through the app, because it doesn't have your phone number on there. I think it shows your email and maybe like whatever name you put in your picture on there, but I don't think it has your phone number on there. But again, y'all, I don't really use the app. Like, I've been sent requests through the app, but I personally have never like sent invitations through this app. So she goes and she messages this girl, and she just like, hey, I know this is weird, but is something going on between you and Matt? Now, personally, if I was the girl, I would have said no, because I'm a girl's girl. Like, if it's my man, I would have said, hell yeah, that's my man. Like, wait, what's up? But light-skinned Keisha is messy, y'all. She responded and was like, yeah, I do think it's weird because you don't know me. Pitbull responded, well, that's why I'm asking. Then the girl replied, go ask him. Like, go ask him. Like, why would you ask me? And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, like, she knew what she was doing. So then light-skinned Keisha screenshotted the conversation and she sent it to Matt. And I know y'all thinking like, all right, this girl is insane. But y'all, it literally gets worse. So at this point, Pitbull pulls back up to the party. Mind you, she said she left about an hour ago. Max sees her. When she walked through the door, he looked at her like he seen a ghost, because he was like, what? I thought you left. She's like, we need to talk. We need to talk. Why you answer my phone? He's like, because I'm still at the party. By this point, the party is dwindling down. About 80% of the people left. He said he still had a few homeboys there and they were like helping clean up, but people were still, conversing and playing games and stuff. But majority of like the people had left the party. So they're downstairs because it's a 2-story clubhouse, y'all. So they're downstairs and she just like, I don't give a damn about none of that. So she starts yelling and basically saying like, is there something going on between you and that girl, that light-skinned girl? She don't know her name or anything. So she's like, is there something going on? You was with her the entire night. You barely checked on me and my friends. She's getting loud. So the homeboys start coming downstairs looking like, is everything okay? Like, is everything good? Like, what's really good or whatever? So him and the Pitbull is like, yeah, we good. Like, we good. Like, I'm good, bro. Like, you don't have to worry about anything. I'm good. So then she starts demanding Mac, my friend, she starts demanding this man to give her his phone. He's like, let me go through your phone. Let me go through your phone because you got me effed up. You got me effed up. And at this point, he's just like, bro, you crazy. You talking about light-skinned Keisha? Like, we used to work together. It ain't nothing going on with her. And at this point, y'all, you know, all the men, man will tell you not to worry about somebody, and that be the main person you're supposed to be worried about. So I don't even blame sis at this point. But he said that she's demanding the phone, pretty much asking to see his phone. He ends up giving in, let her see the phone, and then she goes directly to the message of him and light skin Keisha, and he sees the screenshot from her reaching out to her on Party Fuel. So that's why he ain't answered her phone, because he's seen the screenshot, and his reply was, wow, that's crazy, and he apologized to her. So she kind of scrolls up, you know, to look through their conversation to try to feel like vindicated about her suspicion, but she didn't find anything. At this point, blood boiling even more. So the homeboys come downstairs, and if I was her, I'm not gonna lie, I would have started crying, because that's the only way to really win an argument with a man. You gotta start crying, because after that, like, where can you go? You can't get no lower than that. You gotta start crying. So that's what I would do. But she ain't want to do that. She was standing on all 10 toes. The homeboys came downstairs again, and they're trying to, you know, de-escalate the situation, calm things down. Mac ends up finally asking her to leave because, like, you basically messing up the night. Like, we had a good party. Everybody was doing good. And then all of a sudden, you came back here. And it was just crazy, y'all. So that's pretty much how the night ended. She was pissed off. I feel bad because I insulted Gina. Oop, I said her name. Y'all don't know who Gina is. I'm sorry, Gina, if you come across this video. But I insulted Gina's food. Then the Pitbull detective Benson girl, like, just acting crazy. And then I feel like light skin Keisha was honestly just instigating the whole thing. Oh, I forgot to mention the part where before I left, I did go to the kitchen to grab some canned soda before I left. And before I did that, Wi-Fi, the guy that is trying to talk to everybody, him, and Mac and Pitbull, we did take a shot together. Like, this was right before I left the kitchen and started playing beer pong. We took a shot together, and after the shot, Wi-Fi, the guy that was trying to talk to anybody, the incel, he ends up asking Pitbull for her number. So I'm assuming he wasn't friends with Mac. So he got her number, and I don't know if Mac noticed it at that time, but she definitely gave him her number, and I think she did that because obviously she was mad about what was going on with her and the light-skinned girl when nothing was really going on, y'all. But yeah, that's the end of the story about the last time I went to a very chaotic party. I'm happy I went home early that night to get some sleep, but the tea the next day, y'all, it was boiling. I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish I could have still been here to see that and got front row seats, because what? This is ludicrous. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in my next story time. Peace. Mwah.